Hello guys and welcome back. So let's continue from the point we stopped. Let's create an Elasticsearch client class. Okay, so I created a file in source called Elasticsearch client and let's implement. The first thing we want to do is to implement the handler Elasticsearch arrow that we create last section. So I will copy it and paste and copy the exceptions and the func tool. Okay, now I also want to import from source.configuration import configuration. In addition, I want to import from source, import the logger and import logger. Then let's create a logger instance. Okay, so let's create the class. Our class name Elasticsearch client. We have def init. In the def init we have self.config and let's call to the configuration get config and transfer the Elasticsearch. In app config we have the Elasticsearch configuration data. Okay, let's continue. In addition to the self config, let's create self.elasticsearch and we will call to connect to Elastic. Let's implement it now. We want it to handle Elasticsearch error, def connect to Elastic, and it will return us Elasticsearch client. It will be equal to es Elasticsearch. Let's transfer from the configuration the self.config host and the port. Then let's verify credentials to be false and transfer the basic off. It will be equal to self.config username and self.config password. Okay, so if I have the Elasticsearch client as ping logger.info connected to Elasticsearch cluster and then return the Elasticsearch. Okay, that's it. Let's go to our main. Let's import from source import Elasticsearch client and import Elasticsearch client. Let's create our Elastic client and if all work well, we will see a nice print. Let's run it. So as we can see, we have a green logger info connected to Elastic. Okay, let's add data. Let's add a file called index mapping because we want to create an index. We will call it index mapping and I will copy and paste our index mapping. Look, it's the same like the faker mapping. Movie title, director, main actor, genre, release date, user rating, and so on. So it's the same like the fake mapping. This is the mapping we will create with the actual index. Okay, so let's go to Elasticsearch client and start to implement our functions. Okay, let's start by creating an index. Create index. It will get the index name and mapping self.es.indices.create and let's transfer the index name and the body will be equal to mapping dot properties dot mapping. Okay. If all work well, self dot don't need the self logger dot info created index name. Okay, and we will return true. Okay, let's add the ended Elasticsearch error. Now let's implement insert one document. Def insert one document. It will get the index name, the body, and the doc ID. And I put it on with none value because maybe you don't want to transfer the ID for the document, and maybe you want to. So the response equal to self.es.index. Index will be equal to index name, ID will be equal to doc ID, and the body will be equal to body. Logger.info insert one document to index name with body. Okay, return true. Let's continue. The remaining function I will copy it because I don't want you to actually see me typing all along. I will copy and explain. Okay, so we created an index, we insert index. Here we get a document, we transfer the index name and the doc ID. We use the response to get the index from Elasticsearch, and return the response underscore source. Here we update document by ID, we get the index name, doc ID, and the body, and we use the update method and print with the logger the response. In the delete index, we get the index and use the elasticsearch.indexes.delete, and we delete the document, the index. In the document, we get the index name and doc ID and use the elasticsearch.delete to delete the document. And in the last one, the function is search. We get the query in the index name, and we use the elasticsearch.search function to search over the query and then return the results it's. Okay. In the next lecture, we will be implementing the remain functions, and we will implement the main. Okay. So have a nice day, and I see you at the next lecture. Bye bye.